Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Pup. We are here for week 1 of the LPDL. Really excited. We're taking on Cart, who went undefeated in the regular season last season. So we have ourselves a very fun matchup this week. It's going to be a great time. They also have a very scary team, as you can see right next to my face right there. They have Sableye, Grookey, Strudel, Numel, Joltik, Shieldon, Piplup, Noibat, Riolu, and Starly. The biggest threats on the team are obviously that Sableye that can set up forever. I mean, it has Calm Mind, Bulk Up sort of stuff. Can be like Bulk Up Drain Punch or Calm Mind Dark Pulse, I think are their best 2 options. I don't think they would want to do Shadow Ball, since I do have a Meowth that could potentially be on the team here. And, you know, Shadow Ball, I mean, Dark Pulse hits my team basically for the same anyways. But, you know, they could be either one of those 2 sets. I do kind of anticipate them wanting to be sub, because they get like their life forever basically. I don't know exactly what kind of item they want to run on that thing. It's kind of hard to tell what they would want. Maybe some sort of a super effective berry, so for like a fairy attack. So I do have a couple Pokemon with fairy attacks on my team, or predicting the Terra Fairy. The Grookey is also a huge threat. That thing can hold the Eviolite or Sableye. I mean, obviously it's a Sableye, but it's their top tier, so it can't. But the Grookey is just a huge threat. It does so much damage to my team if they want to be a choice band variant. If they want to be Eviolite and more bulky, then it's also hard for me to deal with, because I can't kill them in one shot with basically anything on my team. So it's always going to be a tough problem. And it sets up the grassy terrain, gives itself priority, but more importantly, gives Strudel its unburden boost if they do hold a grassy seed, which is tough. That thing already is very fast, having the 18 speed tier, which is outran by a couple Pokemon on my team. But if it gets that extra boost, then it's going to be faster than even my potential Scarfers. So that's going to be a tough scenario for me to deal with. Numel has Simple, so can set up very easily. Can do stockpile stuff, can also get that grassy seed as well and boost its defense like that if they don't want to hold an Eviolite. Although I think Eviolite, stockpile plus flame charge is a little bit of the better set, but still a very threatening Pokemon. Joltik, Terra Pokemon, is obviously really hard for me to switch into. Its electric plus bug coverage just destroys my entire team. I don't really have a good switch in. I kind of want to deal with them more offensively. I feel like we're going to see something like Life Orb on that, or Expert Bell, or Magnet, or Choice Specs. Even Choice Scarf could be fine. I mean, that's a lot of options for them, but really tough Pokemon. I definitely think they bring those top 5. And then the last one is really just a toss-up. I think Starly looks great to me, just being able to click basically unresisted Brave Birds besides my Bronzor there, which it can just U-turn out on, and potentially get into another Pokemon, although they don't deal with my Bronzor the best, which is nice for me. But I think it's either that, I could see the Shieldon if they want to go a little bit more defensively, try to wall my Volbeat, which could be fine. I mean, I could see basically anything down there. Maybe not the Riolu, doesn't look as good as everything else to me. But let's get into what I'm bringing this week. We're going to bring our Volbeat, obviously, as our first Pokemon. My top tier, I had to bring it in week 1. And it's actually very solid here. I do kind of anticipate the Sableye wanting to be a Will-O-Wisp variant, so we have Prankster Substitute to get around that. And if we sub down a couple of times, we can get our Oranberry and activate our Acrobatics, which will be awesome for us. Lunge hurts their team decently hard. I mean, it's a move that I thought about getting rid of, but having that stab against a couple of their Pokemon and weakening their attack can be really nice, especially into something like a Grookey, even potentially into like a Numel to secure, you know, us to live. We also have Acrobatics, which is doubled in power after eating that Oranberry, which is going to be our main attack this game versus basically all of their team, especially if they go like Terra Bug or something on that Joltik. That'll be pretty solid for us. And then we also have Play Rough, which is basically here to hit the Sableye. Also hits the Noibat, hits the Riolu as well, although I mean Acrobatics is good into that Pokemon. But yeah, it's mostly there for the Sableye. Make sure that they can't just like set up in my face. Does a decent chunk to them if they're not like the Fairy resist Berry. So we should be pretty solid with that Pokemon. We are max speed, max attack with an adamant nature. We could have ran for 19 speed going Jolly, but I felt like the extra attack was a little bit more important here, because Strudel, I think in general, will probably run adamant if they're going to be the sort of you know, grassy seed set anyways. They're going to double their speed, be really fast anyways, and if they're more supportive, I don't think they're going to run max speed, and even so we will speed tie with that Pokemon no matter what. We also have Dewpider on our team next. I decided not to bring Sticky Webs. I don't think they're very good in this game when they have priority Grookey and they have the Sableye, although they could have been good for the potential Joltik. That is scary. Potential heavy duty boots on that Pokemon though. And they also have potential defog on Noibat. But Liquidation plus Leech Life is very, very good into their team. They don't have a switch in at all to this Pokemon, although they do deal with it offensively on a lot of their like flying types. They have Joltik as well. And we also have Trailblaze in case we want to get that speed boost. So maybe like a Sticky Web plus a Trailblaze would be really nice. But if we get double Trailblazes up, we're outspeeding their entire team, and they have zero way to just outspeed and kill me in general. If we just click liquidation versus most of their team, they're going to die because we are very invested in our attack with Water Bubble. We're max attack, and then we have a lot of stats going around everywhere. A little bit of speed investment just so at 2 Trailblazes we outrun everything on the team. We have a lot of defense investment as well, which makes sure that we should be able to eat 1 Wood Hammer from the Grookey no matter what. We also have a Choice Scarf Hisui Growlithe here with Rockhead, Head Smash, and Flare Blitz. That's very good versus their team. We also have Wild Charge just in case we want to click that into the Piplup or the Starly. I guess we could click it into a couple other Pokemon on their team too, but why not just click Flare Blitz versus basically everything? It looks great here. Head Smash we really don't want to miss, but it is our strongest attack. We also have Rock Blast just in case we lead this Pokemon into potential like Focus Sash, Joltik, or Focus Sash Starly, Focus Sash Noibat. Anything like that, we can always break through that Sash and get through them on that first turn. We're just max speed, max attack with a Jolly Nature to be able to, outrun a lot of their Choice Scarfers. I feel like there's a good opportunity for that Starly to be Choice Scarf if they bring it. And I also want to be able to outrun like potential Choice Scarf Piplup. That is a threat in this game. So make sure that I, don't go down too much in my speed. Next up, we have Bronzor on our team. This is my Grookey answer. It's not really like the best of an answer versus them. Obviously they can click knockoff into me, which is why we have a Culver Berry. So we shouldn't be too bad. We also have Heat Proof on this set, so we can bait out the ground moves or the fire moves, I guess, from Numel and resist those a little bit better. It's also important that we get the grassy terrain recovery so that we're able to not get to it KO'd by knockoff from banded Grookey. There's still a chance that we do, but it's very much so in my favor to live it with max HP and max defense. Not the most common set to have a lot of HP investment. We have Stealth Rocks, which look pretty solid versus their team. Try to limit something like that Grookey switching in. Definitely limit the Starly if it's going to be that annoying for us, and limit the Joltik for sure. We have a little bit of attack as well with Heavy Slam, Ice Spinner, and Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum is basically just there for the shield on if they do end up coming to this game. We should be able to 1v1 them decently well. Heavy Slam should be able to break a sub on a max invested Sableye, and Ice Spinner is obviously great into a lot of the Pokemon on their squad. Also have just a little bit of speed. We had a couple of EVs to throw away anyways, but it would be pretty nice to be able to speed tie, potentially win that against the Shieldon. We also have an Eviolite Toadschool as our second Eviolite Pokemon down here with Taunt, Dazzling Giga Drain, and Earth Power. We are very fast, so max speed on this thing. Hopefully should be speed tying with Joltik plus the Grookey, although Grookey probably runs more Adamant. But really, we want to click Dazzling Gleam versus the Sableye with this guy. It's nice to get a lot of damage, not let them set up. We do have the Taunt, which, even if they sub in my face, it's totally fine. We don't let them get up the Calm Minds or recover in our face, which is really the most important part about this Pokemon. Obviously, with Mycelium Might, we are going to be going last with the Taunt, but that's not that big of a deal. We also have Earth Power, Giga Drain as 2 great stab options versus their team. Would have been nice to have a little bit of a better option to hit Grookey and the Joltik without Terra. I mean, I guess we Earth Power that thing, but especially the Grookey might have been nice to have a little bit of a better move to hit that. But we don't really get anything. Like, there's literally nothing, like a Venoshock maybe that we could have hit it with, and I'm not going to do that with this Grookey. We have a decent amount of Spatak investment to do a lot of damage, and the rest is basically in Spadef. And then last but not least is going to be our Terra Captain, the Gimmighoul roaming form, because we want that speed on this week. This basically outruns their entire team besides that Strudel, which is a threat if they want to bring that out versus me, since we do potentially speed tie and they can destroy me if I'm a fairy type, especially with my super duper low paper thin defenses. But we are Terra Fairy with a Focus Sash, so I mean, we can never get one shot by that thing no matter what, so I don't have to worry about it as much. Also have Terra Blast, which should destroy a Sableye. If they are physically defensive, I think we just one-shot them from full. If they try to Calm Mind up in my face, I always beat them 1v1, especially when I click Nasty Plot versus them. So if I see them Calm Mind once, I probably click Nasty Plot in the second turn, and then I always one-shot them even when they get up to +2. Shadow Ball is also a solid click into a lot of Pokemon on their team. Unfortunately, no good clicks into the Strudel there. It shouldn't be that big of an issue, I don't think. But we have Thief as well, which can be really nice if they hit us down to our sash or like potentially knock it off after we're Terra Fairyed and we live that. We can steal an Eviolite, we can steal like a Choice Scarf or something. And if we get +2 with a Choice Scarf, Terra Blast absolutely rips through most of their team. We just need some chip on that Strudel. But yeah, this is the team that I'm going with this week. Hope you guys like the new team builder format. It's kind of fun. I had a good time designing it, and I'm very nervous about this game. I don't think we match up super well into Cart's team. I just think it's one of the better teams in the league, and I obviously don't have like the best when I don't have a great top tier. Volbeat is fine, and it definitely can play a good role in this game, but it has to get set up in the right scenario. Whereas Sableye can set up in front of a lot of Pokemon on my team and just be a really annoying disruptor for me. So I have to worry about that a lot. We're just gonna have to, you know, play a nice game, maybe a little bit of a slower paced game than we've seen in the past, with all of last season's games being like 20 minutes max. So this might take a little bit more time when we have Grassy Terrain Grookey, when we have the Sableye that's trying to set up, when we have Numel that's also trying to set up, and then they have Shield on as a defensive wall if they want to use that too. But yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get straight into the battle. All right, we're here for week 1 against Cart. They did bring everything that I expected. The Strudel is there, the Grookey obviously, Joltik is Terra Ghost, they have Sableye, and then Noibat was the one thing that I wasn't 100% sure, but I was pretty sure that it was going to come here. I really like my Gimmighoul on this matchup. It looks insanely good versus them. I have to keep that Focus Sash intact though. What should I end up leading with here? I mean, it could be very nice to lead with Growlithe. It's very good into basically everything on their team besides that Numel. But if Numel leads, it is tough. They might think that I'm leading with my Spider though. Set up Sticky Webs. Yeah, let's lead with the Growlithe. Worst case scenario, I can swap. It's not very easy to swap into the Numel though. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not, but it's okay. I might go hard Gimmighoul if they do that, predicting the rocks to be set up. Yeah, I mean, I also could go out to my Toad Scroll and potentially punish it that way. Yeah, good luck, have fun to Cart. They were undefeated throughout the regular season of season 1, so it's going to be a tough matchup here, and they have a really great team. I think their team is definitely top 3. You guys will have seen my power rankings by the time this goes out. But yeah, I'm real scared about it. Sableye is the Pokemon that I'm most scared of, for sure. But that could be, you know, I might need to be scared of something else a little bit more, as it is Sableye and off the bat. I mean, this guy takes so much damage from like Flare Blitz. Even Head Smash is super good, and they have no switch into Head Smash. I think I'm just going to go for it off the bat. We just Head Smash here. Hate that my ruler is off. Let me see if I can fix this on the fly. That looks about right. Something like that. Yeah, we'll make do. All right, what are you gonna do with your Sableye here? If they're max physically defensive, they are taking, you know, 66 to 80% here. If they're not max physically invested, then they have a chance to just straight up die. If they're offensive, then yeah, I mean, it's very much in my favor. I doubt it though. There's no way that they bring this and they're no physical defense or HP. I mean, they could just be like a very strong attacker trying to click knock, but they do withdraw, so we get a free Head Smash into their team. Maxi, who is that going to be? Numel? Yeah. Please hit. Please hit. Awesome. This should do a ton. Oh, almost knocks him out in one shot, and he is a berry. He is Oran Berry. All right, yeah. This guy was max Fizdef for sure to be able to live that. Yeah, Impish is a roll. It's about a 50-50. We just have to hit another Head Smash on this guy. I trust. Let's go. Let's go, Doggo. Picking up the first KO of the season for us. And now, I mean, they don't switch into this guy at all. They have no form of Pokemon. I'm Choice Scarf, so I'm just outrunning their entire team off the bat. And they didn't want that Sableye to take damage, which I really like. Tum Tum comes out. Who is that? the Grookey. All right. If they're Choice Scarf, they do outrun me and they do just one-shot me with anything. So I have to swap here. It's always going to be my Beld, or yeah, I just called this thing Beldum. My Bronzor. I really hope that they are like a Scarf set and go for Woodhammer. I really don't want to see knockoff this turn, but it is what it is. We get to scout some damage based on it. And they also might be Choice Banded. They definitely could be. But let's see. It is just going to be Grassy Glide. That did 6 damage to me. That's Choice Banded for sure. Choice Banded Glide from probably Jolly. I can freely get up my Stealth Rocks now if I want. Or go for like an Ice Spinner or something. Maybe even swap. If I go back out to my dog, I mean, it gives me a great opportunity to click Flare Blitz. I'm going to make this double. Yeah, they're going to withdraw. Perfect. What should they go into? Goblin. Awesome. Love to see this. All right. Sableye comes out. I mean, this Pokemon can hit me pretty hard with a Foul Play, I think. Foul Play never knocks me out. And Flare Blitz, it's always 2-going. I'm just going to go for it. It's safer than Head Smash because I'm not going to miss. Oh, we just crit them and take out the Sableye in one shot. I am so sorry about that crit, man. That totally mattered. If they're max Fizdef, then that's a crit and 1 out of 16. Man, this guy's going absolutely crazy. But they do have a switch to the Noibat now. It still takes a lot of damage, though. And I don't know how much they do back to me. Let me pull up some potential sets for that Noibat to see if it can really do too much. They're going to bring out the Strudel, actually. I'm assuming, yep, Grassy Seed. So they're going to be +1 defense. I can also see this thing being Dig. And if they're Dig, then that is scary. Nothing else really one-shots me, though. Let's just click Flare Blitz. I might as well, right? I know they're not Power Herb Dig. So I can always swap out. As they're going to be Poison Jab, this is going to do a good chunk. Never mind. And then let's see how much it does. I mean, we don't quite one-shot them, but that's a good amount of damage. And yeah, I mean, they just don't have a way to switch into this guy now. This is awesome. They're going to Thief. Ah, that's super smart. Steal my Choice Scarf. That's huge for them, actually. Steal my Scarf. We do get another knockout, though. So that's 3 for Growlithe, going absolutely insane. But no item on this guy. We do get a little bit of HP back. And if they go Grookey, I mean, they might just click Knockoff versus me, right? Try to catch my my Bronzor coming out, right? I know they're Choice Banded. I can never just straight up switch in. They could be Drain Punch, though. And Drain Punch is a move that is a problem. Maybe I probably don't go hard Volbeat, right? I could. If I go hard Volbeat on Choice Band, I mean, it never knocks me out in one shot. How much does Grassy Glide do? I mean, I never die to 2. I think I might make the aggressive pivot out. I think I'm going to do it here. I'm going to save this Pokemon. It's still pretty solid. Maybe not the best. Maybe I shouldn't have saved it, but we're going to do that. Go into my Volbeat. Let's see what they click. It's just Glide. Yeah, that does 7. That's a mid-roll. So it's a range to break. No, it always breaks sub. But I think they swap here, right? I don't think there's any real way that they stay in. I'm gonna sub up. Yeah, they are going to withdraw. So we're going to get behind a sub. And we're going to get our Oranberry activated, which is great. They go into the bat. Yeah, this is awesome. They're going to frisk me. We're just going to sub up. Oh, we're not quite to the Oranberry, unfortunately. It's that stupid grassy terrain. I mean, we do just one-shot this guy with Play Rough. So I'm going to go for it. This guy should just straight up drop. Oh no. Okay. They have a good amount of bulk on this, probably Eviolite. As they're going to air slash me. That's fine. If they're Eviolite, then that was a range, but very much in their favor to live. And then this turn, I always just go for substitute. I sub down to my Oranberry. They're not Infiltrator, which I think was an ability that they could have been, but we showed Frisk. So I know that. I'm just going to sub down. Eat this Oranberry. Get back up to 19. That's huge. And then I just click Acrobatics. What's the last Pokemon on their team besides Grookey? So, I mean, I destroy Grookey. I don't think that breaks my sub, right? But yeah, they just gave me a free sub. Oh, that is awesome. That is great. Oh, it's the Joltik. Okay. That's fine. Joltik. This thing cannot be Eviolite. And with no item, Acrobatics does a ton. Lunge does a little bit more, but I think I just click Acro. Right? I mean, they could be a physical attacker. Maybe I just click Lunge. That's the safest. They're also not choiced. Or at least not choice Scarfed. As they take 1,000,000. I guess they could have Terra Ghosted there as their Thunder. Like, if they Terra Ghosted, it's not the end of the world there because it puts it into Acro range no matter what. All right, we're going to get a little bit more recovery back up. Maybe after the recovery, they would have been a roll. Who knows? But we're just going to click Acro this turn. And I think Volbeat should just pick up the last 3 KOs. We're faster than everything on their team. And I think we're just going to straight up 6-0. I think this is going to be an insane start to the season. This sub Oranberry set went crazy. Also the Growlithe, just man, Choice Scarf. Obviously I had to hit my moves, but wow. And the crit mattered a ton. The crit on the Sable definitely mattered, especially if they were knocking me off. It could have been scary. I don't know. They definitely would not have had to sack the thief Pokemon, the Strudel. They're just going to Grassy Glide. That does 7. And we're just going to click Acro. Yep. Goodbye, Grookey. Wow. Volbeat. I mean, everyone counted him out. That's why his name's Mr. Irrelevant here. But man, putting in a ton of work. 3 KOs for him, 3 KOs for the Growlithe. And just a demanding 6-0 over who went undefeated last season over Cartman. That's so great. A great way to start my own season after winning last season. I hope you guys enjoyed because this was a great battle. I'm really sorry for the crit cart on your scariest Pokemon for sure. It was tough, but GG's. Hope that you had a good battle, and I definitely know that I'll see you in the playoffs. You are a great opponent with a great team. Yeah, if you guys did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Trying to hit 500 by the end of the year, so would really appreciate that. That's about it for me. See you in the next one. Peace.